Welcome to part 2, y'all, the deadlift. After squat, I brought the bar down to the floor, reconfigured it, didn't need a primer, no warm-ups, just went right into working sets. So 335 pounds for 10 sets of 5, 90 seconds of rest between sets. These are fine, they're good. It was really more about just getting through the volume and getting all 10 sets done. Don't get me wrong, form is there, technique is there, nothing to worry about. It's a very manageable weight. It's technically a warm-up weight, but don't be deceived by that. The weights I'm using right now, yes, they're very light in comparison to when I do heavy sets of singles, doubles, triples, fours, even sometimes fives. But it's because I'm doing 10 sets that makes it really difficult on top of the pace. So if you're accustomed to lifting heavier and taking 3+ minute breaks in between sets, which is of course proper, but when you come back down to something like 90 seconds, it makes a big difference for your work capacity and it can really help you out a lot. So for me, it gives me cardiovascular benefits, but it also prepares me for being able to lift heavier. Now you may not really understand how that works because, well, you're using a very light weight, so how does that assist you in lifting heavier? Well, first of all, when you give yourself longer breaks and you've been accustomed and trained to not need them, you'll be fresh and ready to go much sooner than you were beforehand. Also, just by getting the sheer volume, you're accustomed to moving more total tonnage. So let's say instead of 5 heavy singles, we're doing 10 sets of 5, 4, or 3, so a lot more weight in total is being moved, and that contributes to your being able to go to a heavier single and only have to focus on that one rep as opposed to doing sets of 5, 4, or 3. And it's a really smart method. I very much like this program for a lot of reasons. The antagonistic nature of putting 2 big compounds back to back for a lot of volume, and then after that you only need 1 accessory after each movement, and that's all you'll be able to do probably with a considerable amount of weight, but it makes it simple and very effective for what it is. Also, for those who like to do separate cardio, all power to you, because that's still a great way to go about things. Me, I like to be able to utilize my lifts and get cardio benefits from them just by switching the modality in which I'm utilizing the compounds, as opposed to always having to do my lifts and then doing separate cardio from there, which is again a very viable way of going about it, and a lot of people do that. It's very common. For me, I get a lot of great benefit just by lifting this way before I switch and go heavier, and I really like rotating through programs like that because that way I can focus on one and then in a different part of the year focus on another. So that's just my 2 cents. Alright y'all, thank you, and remember, adopt, don't chop.